Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, lived a little princess named Snow White. Her skin was as white as snow, her lips as red as blood, and her hair as black as ebony. She wasn't just beautiful. She was kind and gentle, and everyone who knew her loved her. Snow White lived in a magnificent castle with her father, the king, and her stepmother, the queen. The queen was also incredibly beautiful, but her heart was wicked and vain. Her most prized possession was a magic mirror. Every single day, she would ask it, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And every day, the mirror would reply, "You, my queen, are the fairest of them all." This answer always pleased her, because she knew the mirror could only speak the truth. As the years went by, Snow White blossomed into a stunning young woman. Her grace and kindness shone even brighter than her looks. One morning, the queen performed her daily ritual. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" But this time, the mirror's answer was different. It said, "My queen, you are beautiful. It is true. But Snow White is 1,000 times more beautiful than you."
Fury washed over the queen. She couldn't
bear the thought of anyone being more beautiful. In a fit of jealous rage, she hatched a cruel plan. She summoned her most loyal huntsman and commanded him, "Take Snow White deep into the forest and kill her! And as proof, bring me back her heart." With a heavy heart, the huntsman led the innocent princess deep into the woods. He couldn't go through with it. With tears in his eyes, he confessed the queen's wicked plan. He urged her, "Run! Run deep into the forest and never come back!" So, Snow White ran, terrified and alone. Exhausted, she stumbled into a small clearing and saw a charming little cottage. The door was slightly ajar, so she went inside. Everything was tiny. A little table was set with 7 little plates and 7 little mugs. Feeling faint, she took a tiny bit of bread from each plate and a sip from each mug. Afterwards, she felt so tired. She found 7 little beds, and the 7th one was just right. She lay down and fell into a deep sleep. When she woke up, she was surrounded by 7 little men with long beards. They were the 7 dwarfs who worked in the nearby mines. Snow White told them her story, and the dwarves, full of sympathy, offered her a deal. "If you will keep our house for us, cook, clean, and wash, then you can stay with us, and you will want for nothing." Snow White was overjoyed and gladly agreed. Meanwhile, back at the palace, the queen stood before her mirror. Confident Snow White was gone. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?"
To her horror, the mirror replied, "Over the 7 mountains, with the 7 dwarfs."
Snow White is still alive and well, and she is 1,000 times more beautiful than you. The queen shrieked with rage. She had been tricked. "I will find her!" she seethed. "And this time, I will kill her myself." Skilled in dark arts, she created a poisoned apple, injecting the poison into just 1/2. Disguising herself as an old peasant woman, she traveled to the dwarf's cottage.
She knocked on the door, calling out, "Apples! Lovely apples for sale."
Snow White refused to let her in, but the old woman was cunning. She took a bite from the safe, white side of the apple to show it was harmless. Snow White's mouth watered. The queen passed the apple through the window, and Snow White, forgetting all warnings, took a big bite from the red, poisoned side. Instantly, she fell to the floor, lifeless. When the dwarfs returned, they were heartbroken. They couldn't revive her. She looked so beautiful, as if only sleeping, that they couldn't bear to bury her. They built a beautiful glass coffin and placed it on top of a mountain. One day, a handsome prince came riding through the forest and was mesmerized by her beauty. He begged the dwarfs to let him take her to his castle. As the prince's servants lifted the coffin, one of them stumbled. The jolt dislodged the piece of poisoned apple from Snow White's throat. Her eyes fluttered, open she was alive. The prince was overjoyed, declared his love, and asked her to be his wife. Snow White happily agreed. A grand wedding was planned, and even the wicked queen was invited. Dressed in her finest, she asked her mirror one last time, "Mirror, Mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? The mirror replied, My queen, you are fair, it is true. But the young new queen is 1,000 times more beautiful than you! Consumed by rage, the queen rushed to the wedding.
When she saw that the new queen was Snow White,
Her heart filled with so much envy and hate that it seized up, and she fell to the floor, dead. Snow White and her prince ruled with kindness and justice, and they lived happily ever after. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fairy tales.